I left USA to build a 23 million burrito business?
Coming to India to do business
I am so in the wrong profession, man.
is a big learning curve. First, India is a learning curve, then business in India is a further learning curve.
Yep.
For me,
right.
it was all about letting India be India. If you find monotony dull, if you find comfort boring, then India
go
is
to
a
India.
perfect place.
Listen, I lived in India multiple times, and the longest was like around a year. Man, that place is wild. You get used to it.
To be. Nothing is predictable. Every day is different. I took it as par for the course that I would just have to adjust to this in order to be successful here.
I'm actually very surprised because, like, you know, I have an Indian wife, and we talked about, like, you know, maybe what if we would go live in India or not. But the thing is, like, it's the bureaucracy, man. Like, the bureaucracy is like, man, if you want to get anything done, especially for me, okay? For me, like, a foreigner, you know, getting married with a Indian girl, like, we had like so many problems, like with the papers, and like it was a mess, okay? So I can't imagine like just doing business there, man.
My name is Bert Mueller. I'm 35 years old. I live in Bengaluru, India, and I moved here in December 2011. So when I looked at starting a Mexican-inspired restaurant in India, there was just Taco Bell. Even now, 13 years in the future, very few people have started Mexican restaurants. Today, with California Burrito, we have 103 stores.
Damn!
This journey from 1 to 103 stores has taken us almost 12 plus years. When we started our first store, in our first financial year, we did about $500,000.
Wow.
Last year,
I mean, like, the thing like about India that may surprise you is that obviously not doesn't surprise you, like the labor is quite cheap, but it is how much like Zomato, Uber Eats, there's like the Swiggy, there's like multiple apps of like delivering food. It is absolutely crazy. They are always ordering food for their own house because it is quite cheap. You pay like 50 or 100 rupees or something, and like, why would you cook, right? You pay for the meal, you pay for the delivery, and it is done. Like, we ordered like multiple times, me and my wife, but it is insane. So I can imagine like how this business of burritos, probably it has a store, but it probably maybe like half of the sales is just like people ordering online.
$23 million. It's at a bet.
How much it is? 100 rupees? It's like $1. $1. Maybe even, yeah, maybe even less.
85 rupees to the dollar. Starting out in India was very challenging, but I never doubted that I had made a right decision. And I think India's stretched me as a person, and it's really a wonderful place to be. I'm very happy living here.
It is, as a white guy, if you are struggling in life, or like, you know, finding a purpose, or you feel like, you know, feel weird, like just like go to any third world country, man. It doesn't need to be specific India. I think it's gonna give you so much perspective in life, and you're actually gonna feel like so much more grateful for the RNG of like spawning in a world first country, because like there's a lot of things that we take for granted that, you know, over there you might not have. I mean, you might have because you have like a stronger economy, and maybe like you have more money, so you can afford like an apartment, and you can afford all these like commodities but a lot of people can't.
The apartment I stay in has 3 bedrooms. It's a duplex, and it costs me about $1,200 a month. And a lot of these furnitures also were my grandparents, so it's past.
Oh my God, this is a $1,200 apartment. So this is what like 1.2 lakh rupees gets you there.
Through the family, and now it really feels.
Bro, with the 1.2 K here, you barely get like two room apartments.
Like my old house in the US here in India. This is where I take my coffee in the morning and look out over the small garden I have.
And this
is
in the middle
my
of the
small
city,
garden,
though.
my patio. I have a large avocado tree right over here. Now, it's not usually raining in Bangalore right now. This is very unseasonal.
What is your
I grew
favorite
up
American
in
food
Silver
to
Spring,
eat?
Maryland, right outside Washington, D.C. A very traditional suburban,
Probably burger.
middle-class American childhood, I would say. I went to the College of William and Mary in Virginia. I had a double major in music and public policy.
Man,
I
it
had
has
the
nothing to do with the
opportunity to study
burritos.
abroad, and I saw most people were going to Spain or Italy, and I'm a bit of a contrarian, and I wanted to go somewhere that was radically different than the U.S.
Good for him.
348.
So I decided that India was the place to be. Gosh, my first trip to India was just crazy in a sense, and it was so different than what I had grown up with.
Yep. Bro, I'm looking at this guy and I'm remembering exactly the first time I went to India, man. It is like, I'm gonna be honest, man. The first 2 days, I went for about 3 months. The first 2 days, I had a tough time leaving the apartment that I was. It was so crowded outside. I am not someone that I socialize a lot. My hometown, it is pretty peaceful. There are people, but not like India-like people. You know, like you go to the streets, like it's like everywhere. It's crowded, like the noise and things. And I felt like so overwhelmed. It took me like 2 days.
Out here with about 20 people on the study
back then,
abroad program.
I was solo.
Some people got sick. Some people, didn't like the food.
So it was because I went solo to India that then I met my wife while I was there.
Didn't treat their system well. I was certainly someone who blossomed and was very comfortable navigating India, whereas most other people in the program weren't. As an individual, I've always been somebody who's extremely frugal. What do I spend? In terms of groceries, I spend anywhere between $150 to $200 a month.
Yeah. Oh my God. Fuck me. This is the only thing I miss, guys. Guys, you have no idea. Bro, like with $200, you can fill up your fridge multiple times per month. It is absolutely insane. Me and my wife, we used to go like with these 4 large bags. We used to go to like this Friday market that was like right outside of like the apartments complex. You just buy. They are there on the street, man. Like it's fresh. They come. They bring from the fields, and it was so good, man. Oh, dude, it was crazy. That was the only way we could actually survive is because everything in India was like absolutely cheap in Delhi.
Once I came to India and then I went back, I never wanted to have Indian food in the U.S. again because whatever I had.
This is so true. This. Oh my God. This is so true. Oh my God. Look at what he said. Because only if you go to India, you really will understand what he's saying. Because if you go to an Indian restaurant in the West, they give you what is like the cliche of Indian food. It's like chicken curry, 24/7, right? Spicy chicken, whatever. If you go to India, it is, bro, you have like such a vast of like, man, the amount of recipes and different foods that you can have there, it is so much more vast. And every single time that you go to Indian restaurant here, it is always even if it's like run by Indian people, they are cooked in a way that is gonna please the Western people, And it's the same thing like with the sushi places. It's exactly the same.
And then I went back. I never wanted to have Indian food in the U.S. again because whatever I'd had in India was so good. Everything else paled in comparison. Eating out, it's probably another $200 a month, maybe $400 if it's a very active month. The challenges of living here is it can be frustrating to get things done. Patience is kind of the right.
Guys, what did I told you? What did I told you? What is the biggest frustration I told you? It was to get things done. Man, I will tell you how can you get things done. And if you are in India, you know exactly how you get things done. And it's not the legal way, man. It's so, bro, everything is so corrupted, man. It was insane, man. It was like, oh, you need this document? Oh, okay. So I guess you have to go to this office, and do the other state to ask another guy, or we can also find another way. And the other way was like you just wanted to get a bribe, right? It was so annoying, man. Shit, man. It was, bro. Like but the thing is, like, you don't. It's almost they don't give you a choice. At some point, guys, I was just like, I just want to get it done. I want to go to Portugal, man. I want to go to Portugal. You know, and I was like, okay, how much is it? Okay, all right, take it up, take it. I mean, it's not like it is like extremely expensive. Like we're talking sometimes maybe like 10, 20, maybe sometimes $100 or $200. But you just get shit done. That's the thing.
Active month. The challenges of living here is it can be frustrating to get things done.
Yeah,
patience is kind of the right strategy usually. You know, they say fortune favors the bold. I would say India favors the patient. The other thing is, you know, knock on wood, I had actually not had any health issues, but last year I got dengue in August, and then I got typhoid in January. So I'd gone for 13 years with no problems, and then last year I got 2. So, you know, there are health issues that can arise that would not happen in the U.S., and these are not small issues.
While I was there in Rajasthan, guys, I was feeling like I didn't want to have a lot of food, and I asked for a salad. And I forgot that they wash the salad with water from the tap. Bro, the next day, I literally felt like I was gonna die. Like, literally. And that was the day that I told my wife that I loved her for the first time. Yeah. Because I was like, bro, if I'm gonna die here, at least I'm gonna tell her that I love her, right? And that's what I did. That's what I did, man.
All the people in our program were living with families. One of my friends was of Mexican origin, and one day I came over to her house and I saw she'd made this food for the family she was living with, and they were loving the food. As soon as I saw that, I thought, you know, that maybe this was something I could do. I could bring Mexican-inspired cuisine to India.
California Burrito currently employs 2,000 people? Wow. Jesus. That's crazy.
When we were raising money for our first store, we estimated we needed about $100,000 to do it. We raised $250,000, so that was from friends, family. 2 of my childhood friends decided to join, and we opened in October 2012, our first store. The store did extremely well. All of a sudden, it was clear that we needed to grow our own ingredients. So in 2018, we ordered Hass avocado trees from California. We imported them and we planted them, about 500 of them.
This is actually smart because there's not a lot of regulation, and it's better that you regulate your own things than actually trust that they are going to be regulated for you.
6 months in, some elephants came through the avocado farm and trampled 60 of the trees.
Oh my God.
Past 13 years, we've worked hard to make the food taste like you would get it in California or taste like you get it in Mexico. If you use the tomatoes from India, they taste very different than the tomatoes you get in the US. And the onions taste very different, the beans taste different. So it takes a lot of time to develop the supply chain that leads to a food that, while is approachable for someone who's from India, is also differentiated from a flavor perspective.
This guy knows, man. He knows this shit.
So when we break down that $23 million revenue, our food costs are about 37% food and packing costs. Our labor costs would be about 12%.
Guys, 2,000 people, 12% of... Oh, I told you human resources were kind of cheap there, man. That's insane. That's insane.
and approximately 4% on marketing. Real estate would be about 9%, and then corporate overhead would be about 5%, and we have other operating expenses. So at the bottom line, you could say it's around 10%. Our plan is to reach 300 stores by 2030, at which point we would probably list the company and do an IPO in India, and we'll see what happens.
This guy is doing the big moves, man. Listen, very impressive.
For me, living in India feels like I'm a part of this incredible once-in-a-lifetime growth story. India is on a growth story that...
I'm looking at it. I kind of miss to go to India, man. Like, I'll probably go there, like, next year. You know, like, even if you know that as all these things, there is still, like, something that is kind of good about it. Like, it's, I don't know how to explain it. It's like, only if you live there or if you've been there, like, you understand, like, the vibe. But it's like, maybe I'm just romanticizing the idea because it's been, like, 2 years that I've been there, maybe almost 2.5. And once I'm there, I'm gonna go wild. But yeah, until then, I gotta grind. We gotta grind like a travel setup. I probably have to buy a laptop or something.
Other countries have already gone through, and to be able to witness the transformation and change that people's lives are experiencing is really powerful. I think it's also rickshaw. Just a wonderful place to be from a life.
The cool thing about like in India is like the transportation, man. Like you can get a rickshaw, you go to everywhere. And like everything is like so quick and so accessible, like when it comes like to this convenience, just because again, like the labor of the delivery is so quick and so fast. There's like so many people like ready to make like 100, 200 rupees that you almost at some points you don't even need to leave your house. You don't.
Life experience perspective, and I couldn't be happier to be here.
Yeah, in India, this is impressive, man. You have to understand, if he gets like, what, $2.2 million in profits in India, you are a king. You are the absolutely king. This is a good video, man. I like it. I like it a lot, man. Maybe like early next year, guys. I'm gonna go back to India, and then maybe we're gonna do a vlog or something.